Welcome to Counterpoint. I'm Tanya Granick-Allen. Here on the program, we have covered government censorship and what some see as overregulation with the internet. With the passage of legislation like C-11, some worry that their content will be censored or limited in its reach based upon a government algorithm. But before the infamous C-11, individuals were already falling victim to online cancel culture. Yes, online canceling and deplatforming are nothing new. People get canceled all the time. Say something someone deems offensive and boom, you're canceled. Post a blog someone doesn't like and then all of a sudden your hosting company doesn't want to host your site anymore. And what if the government has even greater power to control not only what you post, but your day-to-day behavior too? What if the government, through monetary programs, for example, created incentives which influenced and perhaps even forced your behavior choices? Some are voicing concerns that CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, will do exactly that. Now, joining us to unpack both CBDCs and explain how to protect yourself from canceling and deplatforming online is Mark Jeftovic, CEO of Easydns, based out of Toronto, here in Canada. And he's also a current director of the Internet Society, the Canadian chapter, and co-founder of Bomb Thrower Media and author of this book, Unassailable: Defend Yourself from Deplatform Attacks, Cancel Culture, and Other Online Disasters. Welcome back, Mark. Great to have you back on now.
Yeah, nice to see you again, Tanya. Hi there.
Okay, well, let's talk about your book first, because when I had you on before, I didn't realize that you authored this book, and I perused it, and it's actually quite interesting. And even though it's been published a few years ago, I still think it's very much relevant today. So could you, first of all, explain what deplatforming cancel culture is, and perhaps give us some examples?
So cancel culture is basically when people decide what other people should or shouldn't be able to read or consume, either in the real world or online. And cancel culture is, it takes it a step, or deplatforming is taking it a step further and pulling the legs out from that voice's infrastructure suppliers, like going to their web host or their domain registrar or someone and saying, we don't, what these people are saying is harmful, and therefore they shouldn't be able to say it. And it's purely a free speech, an attack on free speech. And I would say at the time I wrote the book, it was written with an eye toward non-governmental cancel culture and deplatforming attacks, which was, I thought, almost at its zenith at the time I wrote the book. By the time I released it, I thought, I kind of missed the moment on this. This book should have been, I've missed it. Cancel culture is on the way out. Boy, was I wrong. It was just going into COVID. And what changed then was it became a government thing. It became sort of a fusion of big tech platforms and government policies, as we're seeing now with the Twitter files, saying what opinions, what theories were not allowed to be aired in the public domain. And we're finding out now that a lot of them were not conspiracy theories. They were probably the way things actually happened. So it really took a nasty turn at that point.
So how does that kind of deplatforming affect companies versus individuals? I understand an individual, okay, you say something, there's going to be an attempt perhaps to deplatform you, definitely to try to cancel you. But how does that affect a company or like an internet provider, for example?
So an internet provider, if you're an infrastructure supplier and suddenly you've got a customer that's a bit of a hot button, they're attracting attention, you sort of feel it from two sides. You've got this pressure to deplatform this person. And what I try to counsel a lot of companies that are facing this kind of pressure is that the pressure, the loudest voices telling you to deplatform somebody that are threatening these boycotts and that sort of thing against you, they're not actually your customers. You're reacting to these emotional arguments, hot button arguments from people who aren't actually your customers anyway. So I try to counsel those companies to remain calm and just stay true to their own terms of service as to whether they would deplatform a given customer or not. And then on the other side of the coin, you also have a contractual relationship with your customer. So if you do deplatform them, you could set yourself up for action against one of those by one of those customers. We haven't seen it exercised too much in the past, but it has been. I mean, we had one particular
I'm going to
customer.
pause you there, actually, because we're going to cut to commercial, but I want you to talk about that example in just a few moments. We'll
Sure,
be
yeah,
right
no
back.
problem. Okay.